Would you like to live in harmony with the cosmic laws of the universe? Did you even know that such things existed? Well, you've come to the right place. Hello, I'm Brian Flynn, and I've been blessed to live in Egypt since 2005. Since then, I've received a wealth of downloads of information about what the ancient sages called the netters, and these form the backbone of the temple teaching. I wrote it all down, thinking I would make a book, and then I realized I could turn it into a series of videos, so I created this channel, Return to Cosmic Law, so that I could share this sacred information with as many people as possible. So just who and what are these mysterious netters, and how can they help us in our daily lives? Well, the netters are the cosmic laws of the universe, and they're actively functioning all throughout the universe and within your own body at all times. We cannot see them because they are abstract metaphysical properties, but what we can see are the traces they leave behind them, their manifestations, and that is what we call nature. Long before what we call the pre-dynastic period, the great sages held a complete understanding of how Ra, or God, first created the universe and what purpose it served. They gladly assumed the responsibility to record and pass on their understanding, which they did both through the oral tradition and their sacred art forms. And in this, their most brilliant conception was to personify the cosmic laws, which allowed them to concisely formulate the great myths that reveal so much of the information we have about the netters, and to figuratively depict them in a highly stylized form, most often with a human body and an easily recognizable head or headdress. Formulated within the temple teaching, the myths were circulated among the entire population throughout the land, so that everyone shared the same cosmological beliefs. For those of you who are new to the word netters, they are the cosmic laws of the universe, and this is what mainstream Egyptology calls the gods and goddesses of Egypt, which were worshipped and sacrificed to. Well, I don't think so. So just what is this word netter, and why haven't we heard about it? Netter is a word that repeats constantly throughout all the sacred texts, and it describes a divine principle or attribute of God. It is indeed the means by and through which God created the universe. But since it's mentioned so often, the early Egyptologists needed a short substitute to use in their translations. They were also constrained to prove the historical validity of the biblical texts, and anything found to the contrary had to be suppressed or denied, and the worship of idols was clearly heretical. So by translating netters as gods, they got both the short substitute they wanted and a perfectly valid reason to refute the integrity of the entire Egyptian civilization. Bravo. So now we've cleared that hurdle. Let's take a look at the spelling of the word netter and see what we can learn from that. The hieroglyphs are another brilliant creation of the Egyptian sages that we will continue to examine throughout this series. And the hieroglyph for netta is an axe. An axe serves to split wood, which is a swift, decisive action that immediately achieves the desired result. As we will see later with the netta atum, it explains the great enigma of how one can become two. The word can also be spelled out using the hieroglyphs that are pronounced NTR, since vowels were not usually written, and this root still survives in Western languages as nature. As a sacred art form, each hieroglyph is in fact a unique living entity with multidimensional meanings, although its essence, its vital essence, is one. The first hieroglyph, pronounced N, is shaped like an undulating wave that denotes raw energy in one of its infinite forms, while the second, T, displays the upper half of a circle. When added to the ending of a word, this hieroglyph denotes the female principle, and its form, echoing the shape of the firmament above us, holds the essential meaning of that which contains. The third, pronounced R, takes the stylized form of a partially open mouth and creates a shape known in sacred geometry as the vesica piscis. The mouth is one of the 7 portals of the head, and here it represents the vital function of emitting sound through the breath, or the voice. Hence, from this cursory reading, the word netta encapsulates that which contains a power or energy that can be expressed at will. Now, the ancient sages didn't create the nettas. It was Ra, or God himself, who did this. And there's a wonderful poem by the great Sufi Sheikh Ibn Arabi, which explains how and why he did this. I was an unknown treasure that longed to be known, so I created creation that I might be known. So in order to create creation, he had to also create the means by and through which he would do this. And this is what we call the nettas, the cosmic laws, which are the laws of creation. The hieroglyph for Ra is a dot with a circle around it. And this ingenious symbol also explains the process of creation. So the perfect circle is drawn with a compass, and it's created by putting the point of the compass onto a blank surface, the void. And this happens instantly in the moment. And then the circle is scribed in time. And so the circle takes time to be created. Now, symbolically, the dot is Ra, the creator, and the circle is Ra, the creation. And so Ra existed outside of time before we even began. And the circle is created in time. This is the creation. Now, the link between the two is, in fact, the compass. And this acts as the netta, or the means by which the circle or the creation can be made. So the nettas are what allowed Ra to create the creation. Out of his great bounty and generosity, the Creator, Ra, shared this knowledge with humanity. that they may also use these laws themselves, acting as co-creators in creating their own lives. This is what it means to work in harmony with the netters and resonate in alignment with the whole of creation. So again, would you like to live in harmony with the cosmic laws of the universe? Well, now you have a better idea of what they are. And if you'd like to learn more, stay tuned to watch more videos. Subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to support by buying me a coffee, you're most welcome. And see you soon on Return to Cosmic Law.